Yes guys, what's going on? Mixed by Jocelyn here, back with another episode of Mixed Up, the show where I show you how to mix down tracks on Logic Pro X. But today, we're going to be talking about the legendary, mysterious God Particle. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've got the plugin set up here, as you can see. This basically is a plugin created by Jason Joshua and Cradle Audio. It was a plugin that was on my radar for a while, but it wasn't until I decided to go to a Jason Joshua seminar at Abbey Road, which was amazing, with Mix with the Masters, that I decided to take the plunge, cop the plugin and give it a go and, you know, basically attempt his sort of mixing process. Because before I used this plugin, I wouldn't really have much on my mixing bus. I would sort of mix with it clean and process everything and then sort of like add stuff on after. But he explained his technique and how he used the God Particle. And basically this plugin is a plugin that's designed to be put on your mix bus right from the jump as you start mixing and you mix into it. And basically what it does, you know, there's not a lot of information out there. There's now a load of YouTube videos, but if you look at the plugin itself, it's hard to sort of see exactly what it's doing. It has this mysterious dial in the middle that just says amount, and it's directly set to 100. You can obviously turn that down to 0 and it goes all the way up to 200. But inside scoop from Jason Joshua himself, 100 is basically 50%. So it's 50% processing of whatever the God Particle is doing to your mix, and then 200% would be 100%. So he's sort of encouraging you to, you know, not mix with it almost in parallel, not sort of like straight off the jump, just using his curve, using his process and lean into it. And that's how he uses it himself. And then basically, you know, we have, I believe it's sort of set like a multi-band compressor and limiter. So, you know, you're bringing up certain frequencies in the mid, the high and the low. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the high because from when I'm using the plugin, it doesn't have much control. But anyway, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back into it. Firstly, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to play a track with it off and we're going to A/B it with it on, with the settings totally dry, just what it sounds like straight off the jump. So right here, I have a song loaded up. It's called I Wanna and it's by Toby from the Sidemen featuring Notes. It's out now. I'll have the link below. It's a brilliant tune. But yeah, let's have a listen to the song with and without and we'll do a quick A/B. Before I do that, I'm just going to bang my headphones on because I am struggling to get the audios to sound clean on this video, but I believe I've got a microphone coming soon that should help us balance that, so you won't have to see these ugly cans on my head all the time.
It's time for an upgrade anyway.
Let's have a listen here.
I'll forever keep it going. I'll forever keep it going. I wanna do this forever. I wanna do this forever. Yeah. Yo, keep going non-stop.
That's off.
Take a lunch break, but I'm on job. On. Legends don't go nowhere. Steve Jobs. As long as I phone you, then it's all love. Wanna take the whole wide world by storm. Go past haters in a lamb truck. Go ghost on my ex in a phantom. Move on to the next breast and bum. Natural, no need to get that down. Gotta do everything until I've won. And start all again like I'm...
As you can hear, it's definitely enhancing the track just straight off the jump. Obviously, we have a limiter here, so it's adding a lot of volume to it, but I can also hear a lot of like harmonics being added and more of a balance in between the frequencies. Like the frequencies of the overall track are sort of adjusting with whatever this plugin's doing. So the curve of Jason Joshua and how he's created this plugin is being added onto my tune. Let's have a listen to it without the limiter on. So we're going to turn this all the way down. So this will basically be volume matched now, and we can get a more true analysis of exactly what the plugin is doing.
I'll forever keep it going. I'll forever keep it going. I wanna do this forever. I wanna do this forever. Yeah. Yo, keep going non-stop. Might take a lunch break, but I'm on job. Legends don't go nowhere. Steve Jobs. As long as I phone you, then it's all love.
So from my ears, I'm definitely getting like a boost in the high end, a much more shiny mix, and it feels like there's some sort of like compressor acting and sort of helping sculpt the transients, because it definitely feels a lot more punchy and a lot more clear and a lot more direct. Let's break down exactly sort of like the functionalities behind this plugin and how you can optimize it for your own mixes. So what we have here basically is these dials here, these square boxes. These are basically, and here, these are Jason Joshua's curves. So if your mixes are fluttering in these boxes, you know, he says himself, not necessarily hitting in them consistently, but just like touching them every now and again, then you are within what his curve would be. So he says, you know, he can be in any room, and as long as his mixes are hitting in those curves, he knows that it's going to translate and basically sound how it should sound in any room, which is interesting, and you know, maybe needs some more testing, but to me it sounds very promising. These are basically what you're looking for. These are your indications. If you want to lean in and use the God particle how Jason Joshua is using it, when using it and mixing, use these as indicators to make sure that your mix is hit where it needs to hit. And then basically if it's maybe not hitting on those directions, you have these bands here where you can boost the mid, low and high. I believe this is more of a multi-band compression style where it's bringing up those areas. The high, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to be reacting properly. Only on a few tracks am I ever getting in and it's fluttering around that, but that seems to be the case across the board. I don't know if that's a plugin fault, maybe a patch that needs fixing, I'm not sure, but it still sounds amazing. So I'm using it on the majority of my mixes at the moment. Let me scratch that. Actually, I'm using it on all the mixes. I'm lying.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Definitely using it on all the mixes. Let's have a listen so I can show you what it's doing. So if I press play and say here I want to just boost up the mids a bit more, just to hit that marker a bit more consistently. If I boost this, we should hit that gain. So as you can see, as I'm boosting it, it's hitting in there and it's rising up that mid-range. So you can sort of like correct your mix within the EQ after you've done the bits, just to make sure that it's like getting in that realm and trying to hit that curve. That's not to say you have to use it like this. Obviously you can use it in whatever way you want. You trust your ears and you should always be mixing within your ears. Another thing that's obviously going in here is the input gain. So as you can see here, we're coming in at like -3 dB, which to me is sort of like the range that I try to sort of like push my mix bus into before I get into any processing, so I have a good amount of headroom, but I'm not having to overpress the stuff to bring up the volume. So it's consistently hitting on his markers, so I believe I'm in a good place with the plugin and I'm feeding enough voltage and I'm feeding enough signal for it to sort of do what it needs to do. And then we have the amount here. Now my hands are up and I'd love to hear in the comments exactly what you guys, if anyone knows exactly what this is doing. To me it just seems to be adding the sparkle, the effect. I'm not sure exactly what it's doing, but it's definitely adding saturation, sparkle, EQ maybe, you know, all of this stuff, and bringing out the transients, and you can basically tame it and boost it. So let's hear it as we boost from 0 all the way to 200 and see exactly how it's changing the record. I wanna do this forever. I wanna do this forever. Yeah. Yo, keep going non-stop. Might take a lunch break, but I'm on job. Legends don't go nowhere. Steve Jobs. As long as I phone you, then it's all love. Wanna take the whole wide world by storm. Go past haters in a lamb truck. Go ghost on my ex in a phantom. Move on to the next breast and bar. Natural, no need. So you can see there, it's definitely bringing out the shine. You can almost hear some of the air being brought out of the record, a lot of sparkle. To me, it feels like saturation's being brought in there as well. And yeah, it's definitely helping. I personally do not ever mix it with the amount at 200. I'm normally at sort of like the 115 mark. That's kind of where my ear likes to hear it and where I sort of print my records out at. And then obviously, yeah, we have the limiter here, so we can bring up the limiter and sort of get that fine volume that you want. So if we bring it up to where it's sort of set at 5 dB. And it's true peaking at 0.1, which is always good. That's where I print my records out as well. But what I would suggest doing, if you feel like you're sort of squashing your mixes a little bit and it feels like it's losing dynamics, I tend to just play around with the input coming in, almost acting like a threshold into the limiter, so I can get that fine tune and that dynamics with the volume that I'm after. So if we pull it down, you can hear it's not going to be pushing the limiter as much. And then we can like maybe adjust on the limiter and just find that balance that we're looking for within the mix. So let's have a listen to sort of like exactly what LUFS we're pushing it out at. So I've just pulled up this plugin here by Plugin Alliance, the ADPTR meter. It's a really good plugin. I like to use it, especially to measure my LUFS coming out of the mix. I wanna do this forever. I wanna do this forever. So it's nice. Integrated is coming out at about -10, which to me is a little bit quiet. I might be trying to figure out where in the mix I can gain some more volume, how I can use this plugin to sort of push. I like to print my records at the moment at about -8. But realistically, I think this plugin is a very, very, very good plugin. It definitely lives on my mix bus a lot, and I've started to use a lot of Jason Joshua's techniques, which I learned from the seminar, mixing into this plugin to get the most out of it. And I definitely recommend it, because I definitely feel like it has 100% 110% improve my mixes and improve my masters. Obviously, if I'm not the one mastering the record, I'll just turn the limiter off, but I will keep the gold particle on, send it over with a good amount of headroom to give to the mastering engineer. But a lot of the time I like to master my own records. I like to be the one that finishes it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist like that, so I will leave the limiter on and I will try to get that LUFS hit that I'm trying to reach for without any distortion and exactly the kind of dynamics that I want. And I believe the gold particle in a very simplistic form is giving me what I'm after. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos just like this one, and let me know if you check out the gold particle, and let me know if you have it. Leave it in the comments below and let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Safe. Hold up, one sec. Sorry, I forgot. I made this t-shirt. It says mixed by me on the front, and on the back it's like with this design that I made. My mixes are clean as fuck with the little mixing desk looking super clean. I don't know, I really like it. I'm gonna rock it, definitely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If enough of you like it, I don't know, I might do a little run, sell it out to you guys. I might even make some more clothes. Let me know what you think. But anyway, catch you guys later. Safe.